Clutch Trucker filmed before a live and furry studio audience. Rusty, the world-famous meatball dog. Hey YouTube, Clutch Trucker here. Thanks for tuning into another edition of the Clutch Trucker channel. Parked here at the Sheetz, S-H-E-E-T-Z. They're a Pennsylvania convenience store chain. They do make fresh food inside, which is kind of nice. And some of them have some truck parking. This one here in Du Bois, Pennsylvania, has a few truck parking spots. Not where I plan to be tonight. By the way, Du Bois, that bothers me. D-U-B-O-I-S, that's Du Bois. Okay, it's French. But I shouldn't be complaining. In Wyoming, we have a Du Bois, D-U-B-O-I-S, which also should be pronounced Du Bois, but Wyoming, we're Hicks. Sorry. And Pennsylvania, sorry, you're Hicks too, if you call it Du Bois. So I'm a Hick, I admit it. Pennsylvania, it's full of Hicks too. Du Bois. Delivered a load this morning in King of Prussia. That's the name of a town, believe it or not, in Pennsylvania, just northwest of Philadelphia. Had a load of giant rolls of paper. Pouring down rain all this morning on my drive there. When I got there, opened the doors, tried to back into their dock. It's ridiculous. There's not enough room. I tried for 20 minutes to get into this damn dock. There's a small little box truck parked in the dock one over, which is the one I really needed to be in. I kept trying for that one, of course, so the rain is falling inside the trailer. Finally, he leaves. I get in, and they finally unload me. So I drive 4.5 hours, 275 miles up here to Du Bois, Pennsylvania, to pick up my next load, and there's where the trouble starts. I was picking up some sort of powder, I don't know what, in bales, something like that. At first, the guy came out and looked at my trailer and said, well, there's a little water back here in the back. I'm like, yeah, I was in a major, thunderstorm, tons of rain coming through the East Coast, if you hadn't noticed. And I had the doors open. Well, obviously some water is going to get in there. Come on, guy. This is reality. This is real life. And, well, you're picking up powder. We can't have any kind of moisture in there. Well, if we back into the dock, I'll put a fan on there and dry that out. I'm like, fine. Okay, sounds good. Back into the dock. I feel them walking around in the trailer there for a while. And finally, after a half hour, the guy comes out. Well, no, they rejected your trailer. They're not going to load you. Really? Because I delivered somewhere where it was raining. I'm sorry, the trailer's fine, you jackwagon. No, they turned me away. I suspect foul play. I suspect the load probably wasn't ready and they didn't know what else to do, and so this was their excuse to get rid of me. I drove 4.5 hours, 275 miles. That's $100 in fuel I spent that I gotta eat, because these jackwagons rejected my trailer. There's another part of trucking you don't hear much about, when drivers like me lose money trying to go pick up a load and they turn me away. What about all that money I spent driving here, you jack-offs? You gonna come up with that? Turquoise Trucking, the company I lease to, is really good about getting TONU, which is truck ordered not used, out of brokers, and hopefully they'll come up with something for me on this one. They're going to try their damnedest. They fight for their drivers in situations like that. And they ultimately may not be able to come up with anything, but they're certainly going to freaking try, and I know they will, because they've done it before. Because I work for a company that cares about their drivers and is just as outraged, if not more, when crap like this happens. I spent $100 driving here. Somebody needs to pay. It shouldn't be just me losing that. It's freaking raining this morning. You open the doors, rain gets inside. I can't stop nature. Alright, so at least I did find a spot here at this Sheetz. This only has like 5 or 6 truck spots here at this Sheetz in Du Bois. There's a pilot across the highway, but I really hate. That's one of the pilots I really hate. The parking super tight. You just got to worry about somebody taking your hood off all night. Anyway, so I wanted to park over here and got a spot, thankfully, because it was early enough in the afternoon. But found this inside, and I just got to show this to you because this is just fun. How do you like that? My Snoopy mask. Yep, Rebel with paws. I thought that was cool. I was willing to spend the money on it. Why not? I grew up in the 70s and 80s. I grew up watching Peanuts, and all those specials and Christmas and Thanksgiving. So there you go, Snoopy on there. I thought that was just good fun. Why not? I do think it's funny looking at the label here. It says not intended for medical use. You don't want your doctor wearing a Snoopy mask anyway. Wasn't that kind of right? You're going in for major surgery. He comes in with a Snoopy mask. You'd be like, hang on. Of course, the other funny thing is it's made in China. What a shock. Where the whole coronavirus thing supposedly started. If I were a conspiracy theorist, I'd say maybe China started all this so they could make tons of money making all these masks and crap for us, right? What do you think? All right, now onto the fun stuff. Got some ass wagons to show you. Driving along at night, and this guy cuts right in front of me because the car in the left lane is going slower than he wants to go, and so decides just to cut off the big truck. Why not? And now the clutch trucker famous zoom and slow-mo. The other day, dealing with some bad weather as I was coming back down into the Scranton-Wilkes-Barre area from Maybrook, New York. And it was snowing like crazy, and of course, there's FedEx in the ditch. They managed to stay upright, which was good, but what they always say about, there's a saying in our industry about FedEx, you either have been in the ditch or you're gonna be in the ditch. Well, FedEx went off the road. Like I say, at least he kept it upright, so that you gotta give him some props for that, right? And then also, when I was down in Cairo, Illinois, I had stopped at that Dollar General like I talked about in my cooking videos. That is the very, very southern tip of Illinois. And there's the road I'm going down where if you turn right, you take the bridge that crosses into Missouri, you turn left, you take the bridge that crosses into Kentucky. You're at the very southern tip of Illinois. So this bridge was kind of cool, so let's take a look at that. All right, if you stayed in the right lane, you would go into Missouri over that bridge. That bridge was closed, actually. And if you turn left, you're going to take the bridge that goes into Kentucky. So, kind of a cool, old-looking bridge.
Turn right on 4th Street.
Old style. The lanes are very narrow, just wide enough for a big truck. There's one going the other way. We just make it past each other as we're about to go over this bridge over the big Mississippi River. The Old Miss, the Old Man, Deep River. Look to the left there, you can see on the river some barges being pushed by a tugboat. That's kind of cool. It was a beautiful day, kind of chilly, but made for some good video as we cross the Mississippi River. So, stuck here in Du Bois, Pennsylvania at this little Sheetz. I'm making this video here, just hanging out, trying to wind down. I'm probably gonna go on Amazon, try to order a Christmas gift for my wife, and then go to bed. And hopefully Bo will have something for me in the morning. I'm sure he will. He's a hell of a dispatcher. As I always call him, the world's best dispatcher, and he always calls me the world's best driver. So You know, it's fun stuff. Anyway, so hopefully we'll have something tomorrow. All right, just a quick video tonight. Wasn't even really planning on doing one until my trailer got rejected and that whole thing happened, and I was just kind of pissed off, you know. So I needed to do something to wind down. Now that I'm just kind of stuck, and I thought I'd be driving further and getting into Ohio and grabbing a shower tonight. I was really hoping for a freaking shower. Right, Rusty? But anyway, that's trucking, baby. You know, crap happens all the time, and you gotta roll with it. If you can't roll with it, and you're just gonna get just so worked up over it, well, then you need to do something else, because, you know, as with most jobs, you know, crap changes all the time, and you gotta roll with it. Roll with it, baby. Right, Rusty? Steve Winwood, by the way. Hey, thanks for tuning in. Please subscribe. Please comment if you would like to. Please like. If you would like to like, sure. Ring the bell for notification. We've got Patreon set up. We've got Coffee set up. You can check that out. I've also got Clutch Trucker at Instagram and Clutch Trucker on Twitter. Why aren't they called twits? If it's Twitter, why isn't it a twit instead of a tweet? That's always bothered me. I put twits on Twitter, not tweets. Then it should be. I'm putting on it. They should call it tweeter, right? Am I the only one thinking this? As always, sniff that magic YouTube fairy dust. Clutch and Rusty, out. No, it's just me, Dr. Rosenpenis.